All right, hey everybody, welcome to Crown Council Live. I'm Stuart Anderson, joined on location by Steve Anderson. Hey Steve.
And what location would that be?
Well, this is what makes Crown Council Live fun. We are so Steve's broadcasting live from Eagle U once a year. This is our third time we've come live to Eagle U, and
Yep.
it's a so part of Crown Council Live. You got to remember it's live, so we're going to do our best to make sure that all of our audio and video are working.
Yes.
But once a year, Steve spends a week at Eagle U, and I'm going to let him explain that and talk to all the guests and students and mentors that are at Eagle U. And we're just so excited to connect at a live event and show you a bit about what happens at Eagle U. So I'm going to turn the time over to Steve. I know he's got a little mic. Maybe we'll
I
switch
do.
over.
I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can crank up the here for everybody.
Oh,
Very
that's
good.
it. Look.
So you hear it great.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we are in at Baker University, which is just outside of St. Louis. Baker is the oldest university in the state of Kansas. And this is home base for Eagle U every year. We take over the entire campus. This is an amazing place. And so we have been here all week with an outstanding group of high school and college students from all over North America, coast to coast and north to south. And for those of you that may not be aware of what we do at Eagle U, it is a week-long success course where high school and college students learn truths and systems that will help them get a 7-year head start on their career. So today is Mentor Day. We ramp up to this all week, and the students prep for it. So today, all of the students were joined by 60 mentors from all different fields. They came in for the morning to share their experience of just their life experience and career experience. And the students were responsible for interviewing the mentors. And it's all in a spirit of what we call copy genius, that you can learn from the experience of other people so that you don't have to make some of the same mistakes, but you can also copy some of the genius things they do to have similar results. So I'm going to introduce you this afternoon to several different people that are part of our Eagle U world. The first of which is Roz Burgess.
Hello.
And Roz, this is his second year at Eagle U. Last year he came at the invitation of Dr. Alan Acton, Crown Council member in Cary, North Carolina. And Roz is actually the son of one of Dr. Acton's dental assistants. Came through the program last year, and then Roz volunteered to come back this year and be a team leader. So he's been leading a team of about 10 students through the program that he got to go through last year. So first off, Roz, this is your report back on what you did with what you learned last year. So you had 12 months to implement all the things you learned. So tell us what you did with what you learned last year.
So I'm a prime example of what it looks like to learn to use what I learned at Eagle U and to implement that in my life for the better. And all throughout the year, there's been so many different scenarios where I've had to use what I've learned here to overcome challenges and to ask for opportunities and meet new people and kill interviews. And actually, my favorite example of that is I just finished my senior year of high school, and I was applying for colleges, and there's the top prestigious scholarship at East Carolina University. And I became a finalist for the scholarship. It's a full ride. They do study abroad, room and board, everything, which is awesome. So I was one of 54 finalists, and we went down to Greenville and there was an interview, 4 people for 30 minutes interviewing me. I was nervous, but then I had to realize, I looked back at my student manual, what I was taught at Eagle U to come in with confidence, ask them questions. There's actually a whole session that we do here, the 21 toughest questions of the interview. So I felt prepared and confident, and I just wanted to use that to kill the interview. Sure enough, I did the interview and I got the scholarship, which I'm very thankful for. And I was at orientation 2 weeks ago, and one of my interviewers came up to me and said, out of 20 years of interviewing, you are by far the best student that I've ever had in the interview, which was awesome. But I wanted to also pay credit to Eagle U because I'm very thankful for that, because I already know I had the capabilities. It's just being able to show other people that.
Awesome.
Yes.
You aced the interview.
Nice.
Yes, I did.
Go ahead.
One other really cool thing that I was able to do is Dr. David Phelps, he has a mastermind called the Freedom Founders Mastermind. So this past, like around February, the applications came out, and I really wanted to be part of it, to be the apprentice of the weekend. Sure enough, I filled out and I was the apprentice. So I got to go down to Fort Worth, Texas, and be around really, really cool people, investors, service providers, and go to dinners. And it was a really life-changing experience. And I'm glad to. And that's all because of Eagle U.
And we're going to talk to Dr. David Phelps here in just a minute because he is here as well. Roz, tell everybody about this morning's experience, Mentor Roundtable. You went through all that last year. You prepped all your students for it this year. Tell everybody what that experience is about and what it did for you.
The Mentor Roundtable is like one of the first experiences that people that they get to be all dressed up and meeting new people for the industries that they want to pursue. And last year, it meant so much to me to meet new people and text them throughout the year. And I even reached out to some of the mentors, which then sponsored again for this upcoming year. And I just wanted to tell my students to use this as leverage to take it and go, the lessons you've learned. And these people, they want to help you. That's why they're here. Connected them on LinkedIn. I am a big believer in LinkedIn. So I made sure that my students had their LinkedIn, they connected with them. And I just wanted it to be life-changing for them, how it was for me. And I taught them that this week.
Excellent. So one of the unique things about Roz has his own business, Burgess Bakery, that was born during the pandemic.
Yes, sir.
And I'm a customer at Burgess Bakery.
A loyal customer.
Very loyal customer. But Roz is a specialist in making cake pops and and has gotten a lot of notoriety, a lot of publicity for what he does. Tell us what you use from Eagle U in your business.
So the biggest thing that comes first to mind is time management from Mr. Matt Granados, because being a full-time student and being a business owner, it is hard, but it's also challenging, which is why I love it, because I want to teach people you're never too young to make good money while also still being a killer student in school. My senior year of high school, I started a new club because we didn't have it, so I just took initiative and started it. Meanwhile, running my successful business and being comfortable reaching out to people is something I learned at Eagle U too, because reaching out to people secured corporate clients from Infamil Breast Forming Company to the North Carolina History Museum of Art. So that's really what helped me the most, is learning how to use the time in my day to successfully be good in school and in my business.
Excellent. All right. So Roz, to wrap it up, what would you tell somebody who maybe is hearing about Eagle U for the first time or somebody considering it? What would you tell?
I would tell them it's one of those opportunities that you need to not take for granted, because even having the opportunity to hear about Eagle U, you should feel lucky to hear that, because a lot of students might not have the choice to hear about Eagle U, but the fact that you're hearing about it, you need to hop on that advantage, and it is setting your life up for success. And I thank you guys for that.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you, Roz.
Absolutely.
And Roz is one of many team leaders as well as students that have gone through the program this year. Time number 2.
Time number 2,
Pretty
and
awesome.
many
And
more to come.
Good luck in your freshman year in college.
Thank you. I appreciate
with
it.
your full ride scholarship.
Yes, sir. Majoring in business and entrepreneurship.
Imagine that. Very cool.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Roz. So I'm going to, Roz mentioned Dr. David Phelps. I'm going to invite David to share with us. So David is part of our faculty at Eagle U. And David is the founder of Freedom Founders, which is, I introduced him this morning to the students, the David Phelps Mints Mentors. He manufactures millionaires, excuse me. He mints millionaires. Freedom Founders is a mastermind format organization where dentists and other professionals can come to work together to create financial freedom. And David has an amazing story himself of his journey to that point. Now he helps other people go on that same journey as well. So David is a huge, what we call Eagle Booster, big supporter of Eagle U. He makes it possible for students to come to Eagle U every year. For that, we're very grateful. And he also donates his time by coming and doing 2 things. He mentors, so he's a part of our mentor roundtable every year. And he was our kickoff mentor this morning. So he got the opportunity to present to all the students this morning and share with them principles for financial freedom. So, David, people pay good money to learn from your wisdom, but maybe we could get you to share just a little bit some of the principles you shared with the students this morning.
Just one little secret.
Just one secret.
Well, one little secret was I told the students that whatever their avocation is, whatever their genius is, whatever they're going to focus on for their work, career, profession, business, you need to have a plan B. And plan B is about investing outside of your mainstream. We talked about the principles of investing, about taking a portion, and I recommended 50% goes to your investing category before you enhance your lifestyle. Because we all know it's easy once we learn to make money to enhance our lifestyle while along with that. And I see too many people, even high income earners over the years, think there's always going to be more time, always more time. Well, there's never more time. There's no time like today. We begin to develop the habits that will allow us to succeed and use that compound effect of those daily small habits that start out very small and then will compound and accelerate to what I really like about life is having freedom, the options, not to be retired, to remain purposeful in what we do and have that margin to be creative and go outside that typical comfort zone that we tend to get stuck in early in life because we want that safety and security, what we learn to do.
So, David, you talked about 5 different types of freedom today. One of those is economic freedom, but there were 4 others. Maybe you can share those with us real quick.
Yeah, economic and financial freedom is the base. That's what everybody seeks to have. But the other freedoms, I think, is what we really want is more time freedom. To actually own more of our time and not have our time owned by others, people's agenda, or the work that we feel like we're forced to do. Relationship freedom, being in a position where you don't have to have relationships just because it's the way you make your money. I have to be involved here. I have to have this job because if I don't, I can't pay my burn rate. Health, it's one that we take for granted. Most of us earlier in life, for sure, but not taking care of our health and having the freedom to focus on that, putting it off and say, well, I'll get to it later once I get my finances in place. Bad move. The top of the pyramid is like Maslow's hierarchy. It's purpose. It's your purpose in life. It's where you want to impact your significance. I think you can work on all 5 of these freedoms simultaneously to some extent. Maybe prioritize some more than others as you're going along, but you can't just wait and work them through in linear progression. There's got to be some focus on all of them somewhat at the same time.
Love that. So we have a lot of Crown Council members that participate with David at Freedom Founders. And maybe you could share with us real quick, if someone were interested in knowing more about Freedom Founders and how to be financially free, what would be their first step?
We like to make sure that we can have the outcomes that are expected for the right people. I think we do that for our patients, our other people that we work with. So having we call it a discovery call, I get to know each other. Where is somebody? What are the goals? What are they trying to attain and achieve? And is our potential fit? So we just do a discovery call. Freedomfounders.com is where we are, and I'll always love to do that to see if we can help people. If we can't, we try to put them in the right direction. Sometimes it's working on other aspects of their life or their business that we don't necessarily do, but other people do well. Like TOPS, for example, Crown Council, great place to be.
Love it. Very good. Thank you, David.
Thank you, Steve.
And we've had a great day. David's been and continues to be an amazing, like I said, ego booster and a great part.
Such a good speaker.
You're
very, very
great part of what we do. I'm going to grab your microphone. There you go. It's all good. So, Stu, I'm going to give you a quick snapshot here. You ready for this?
Ready.
All right. Hopefully you can see that. So we just finished up the mentor roundtable. So all the students are having lunch in the university cafeteria. And we have everybody wave. There you go. And so we've got the rest of the day. Today we're gonna have, they don't know this yet, but one of the things that we're gonna do this afternoon is we're gonna have a public speaking contest. So they're all gonna have to write a speech and give it. And we've got all the students divided up into teams. So they get to give their speech in front of their team and then vote for who gave the best speech. And then this evening we'll have a final round where they get to do the winners get to give their speech in front of the whole group. We're gonna have a formal dinner tonight. So Stu, do you know which fork to use when you're eating your salad? So Pam Peterson, who is the president of Total Patient Service. Pam's been here as a mentor this week. So yesterday she gave him a whole course in etiquette, including dining etiquette. So they don't know this yet, but they're going to have the opportunity to use their newfound knowledge tonight at dinner to know which fork to use, which knife to use,
Nice.
which glass to use, all that good stuff. So we're gonna have a formal dinner tonight to round stuff up. So we've had an awesome week. And for anybody who has a high school or college student in your life, the whole goal of Eagle U is to help high school and college students get a 7-year head start on their career. And that's what we've been doing all week. And
Nice.
so we really appreciate all of the support that comes from so many different directions. We have Crown Council members that sponsor students every year. We also have some huge corporate support. Walmart is a sponsor of Eagle U, as well as Goodyear and some other big corporate donors that have hopped on board. So we love doing this. We have a lot of your children here, a lot of Crown Council member children and grandchildren.
Nice.
So we're on third generation dentists that came through the training and part of Crown Council from the very beginning, who sent their children, and now they're sending their children. So it's become a whole family affair. Dr. Ken Guest is here, who is a charter lifetime qualified member, who sent his kids and his grandkids, and I could go down the list of all the others and the fun connections we have here. So we've had a great week here, and looking forward to having an awesome conclusion to what we're doing. So Stu, thanks for letting me share.
Thank you, Steve. You bet. Thank you.
Coming live from Baker University. It's been a great and introduce you to some of the other people here.
Thank you, Steve. So good. It's been awesome that I went to Eagle U in 2001. I mean, that was 20 years ago. So
yeah, it was 20 years ago.
So thank you. Great. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate you.
Thanks a lot. All right.
Okay.
Bye now.
Bye-bye. All right, everybody. I'm going to share my screen real quick. Oh, hold on. I got to get DJ to let me share my screen. For the rest of our live stream today, we're just going to focus a bit on Eagle U and show everybody, if you don't know what Eagle U is, I'm just going to play a few things that I love, because when I went, what an incredible program, something that Steve is very passionate about and has worked for most of his career to build, which is this opportunity for young high school age, college age kids to come to Eagle U and really learn what it means to get this 7-year head start. I love that idea. The entire 7-year trial and error process of trying to find a career and a job of what fits you. That's kind of the idea behind it. So I'm going to play this quick video.
Do you want to study less and get better grades? Get the ideal job without a resume. Find successful mentors who will help you get anything you want out of life. Beat out the competition and get a 7-year head start on your future career. If you're like most successful students we know, then the answer is yes. At Eagle U, we will provide you with secrets you need to succeed. It's common sense and easy to follow, but not commonly followed. So, are you ready to soar? This summer, join high school and college students from all over the country for 4 action-packed days that will leave you transformed, ready and willing to tackle life's challenges, and with a plan that will guarantee success. To be extraordinary, you don't do ordinary things that ordinary people do. Spaces are limited for our summer program. Apply today at www.eagleuniversity.org.
There you go. So eagleu.org, eagleuniversity.org is where you want to go for information about what these students thought, obviously about registering or planning for next year, and how to be enrolled or donate to be part of Eagle U. So extremely grateful for Eagle U, our connection to them, and our connection to everybody that, like Steve said, it's part of even Crown Council culture that we've had doctors go to Eagle U, and then they become part of Crown Council, and then now they're sending their kids to Eagle U to be part of it. So quite a legacy there. All right, one quick item before we wrap up. This is crowncouncil.com. I wanted to share just one thing that we work on constantly that I want to make sure everybody knows about. When you go to crowncouncil.com and you log in, you go to My Directory, and under the Premium Member Hub, there is an opportunity for you to view the skill of the week. Steve and I spend a considerable amount of time recording and producing. Steve writes these skills, and there is always an opportunity for you to come watch something new. But there's also a skill of the week library that you can see here, where there's over 100 or almost 200 episodes of the skill of the week. This is an opportunity for you to train your team's culture, but also train your team's skills. So how to be solution minded is an incredible skill you can work on, about not being point the finger at someone and say, well, we've got a real problem in the practice. This is a 4-minute video that you can sit down, watch with your team to develop the skill of becoming solution minded, rather than when a problem comes along to point the finger at the problem. A great way to build this culture in your own practice is through the skill of the week. Most offices watch one a week, and then they take that and they work on it throughout the week to develop that culture inside their practice. So it is one of the most watched and participated items on crowncouncil.com. Hundreds of downloads a week, where teams love to start their week with that, or even remind them daily of the different skills that are needed to have a great culture in your practice. So just encourage you, we're constantly updating the Premium Member Hub with new webinars, skills of the week, podcasts. We did a new mentorship, leadership podcast, where we're releasing those every 2 weeks to learn from other fellow Crown Council members. So hopefully you're enjoying those resources and building your culture success. All right, that's it for this week. I know we're a little short, but that's okay. It was great to connect with Steve live at Eagle U, and we will be back next week. I won't be here next week, but you'll have some great hosts. I'm sure Greg and Steve will take care of you, and we'll see you next week at Crown Council Live. Thanks everybody for joining us.